Now on the project, Jesse, should our 9 to 5 be changed to 9 to 3?
Yeah, I love this idea. It might not work for you and me, Mike, but one of the big problems for a lot of working parents is organising childcare after school. And one Kiwi researcher has a really nifty solution.
For decades, women were in charge of caring for the kids and not expected to work. That isn't the case today. With the cost of living spiralling, most families need both parents to work full-time just to make ends meet. Sure, maybe you can drop the kids off at school on your way in, but they're done around 3. You can't clock out until 5, maybe 6, and you can't leave them at home alone for hours. They'll go feral. Sure, you can get help, daycare, after-school programs, babysitters, but that stuff is not cheap. If you did the maths, after 3 p.m, you might actually be losing money while you're at work. Dr. Ellen Nelson thinks she's got a better idea.
So let's hear it. Researcher and business consultant Ellen Nelson joins us now to talk more about this. So what is your big idea?
Yeah, so basically it's this concept called #WorkSchoolHours. And in its most basic form, it's really addressing the mismatch between what I see as kind of bonkers in a modern day society where the schedules of adults and children are different. And so it's really about aligning them by reducing the work schedule to align with the school schedule.
I don't want people without kids to tune out. So what about people without kids? Does it benefit them in any way, or does it upset their schedule?
This is for everybody. So everything that I talk about is around how do we look more at outputs that people produce as opposed to the inputs or the hours. And this is for everybody, regardless of whether you are a parent or not. But it's also addressing a very big societal-wide issue, which is for parents. But absolutely, this is for everybody.
What's so great about this idea?
It's really beneficial for organisations. So we know that productivity improvements can be made. Reducing hours doesn't necessarily mean that you get a reduction in outputs. The other thing is that when you increase staff well-being, that also leads to tangible improvements in output and in performance. And also, if you improve situations for staff, and I'm focusing on working parents here, just imagine the calibre of person that you can both attract and retain to work in your organisation.
Ellen, I'm not sure if you got the memo here, but we're all working longer hours these days. We're checking our email first thing, we're tapping on documents long into the night. We're not shortening hours, mate.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's a massive problem, isn't it? So it's really important that if we are looking at staff wellbeing and staff stress levels, that, yeah, we don't work all hours of the evening. That's not good for the staff and it's not good for the organisation either.
How did we get to this whole 9 to 5 standard thing?
What I found is that this kind of construct of work, it's hugely archaic. It was designed roughly 100 years ago around Henry Ford's car manufacturing era. And at that time, the assumption was very much that a worker was a man and people in the home force were women. And so it was fundamentally based around the idea that a worker was not a primary caregiver for children. But the demographics of the workforce 100 years ago are immensely different to the demographics of the workforce today.
Well, Ellen, I love the idea. I don't have much time to make it happen myself, so I really hope that you can sort it out for us. Thanks for chatting.
Thanks very much for the opportunity.
Along to the project. What do you think? Tell us on our Facebook page. I'd love to know, because it seems like me to be a perfect idea, although often we have great ideas in the workplace and they just don't happen until businesses are forced to do them. Like everyone thought working from home was a great idea, but it wasn't until we had a pandemic that people were like, okay, we better do it.
And actually, now that we're doing it, we're kind of like, oh, there's a few things about this that suck quite hard.
Yeah, I get where she's coming from. It's a good idea in one way, but I'm not keen because it's 9 to 3 and that's 6 hours, and I don't want to work that much. It's almost double.
Yeah, always.
Hey, I'd also like to correct myself too, because I sort of implied that if you're parenting, that's not actual work. At 1000% it is. In fact, you're working harder than all of us.
100%.